We're here today to talk about creativity, and specifically Einstein and a little birdie. I'd like to start by quoting Albert Einstein, who said, "The significant problems that we have cannot be solved at the same level of thinking with which we created them." Last week I had a direct experience of the truth of this particular aphorism. I was staying at a good friend's house and I opened the back door. I was going to go up to the jacuzzi. As I opened it, a little sparrow flew in the door. Once I regained my wits, I set about the task of shooing the little bird back outside where it belonged, but it had different plans. I spent the next hour shooing the little sparrow out the back door. In fact, after an hour or so of trying this unsuccessfully, I should say what I did. I started by using my arms. It was just in one big room, just using my arms. That didn't work. And then I found a big towel. I began using my arms and a big towel. And finally I resorted to using my arms, a big towel, and a broom. And finally came to rest in the realization that this wasn't going to work. So that I had to rethink the whole endeavor. I sat down and I began to imagine, what might this little bird be thinking? I don't know if little birds think or not, but I tried to get into the mindset of the little bird. It came to me that I keep coming at this bird from below. It was up in the, it was up above, resting on curtain rods and such, up above me. And so anything I was doing, even with my arms, towels, brooms, was from below. So I thought, what would it be like to come at the bird from above? And so what I did is I made myself really big. I stood up on my tiptoes, I took everything and came from as high as I could down towards the bird, and within 30 seconds it flew out the door. So, very happy about that. Lessons here? It probably doesn't help much to keep trying the same outworn, ineffective strategies, as in Einstein. Second point, empathy works. And finally, taking a break from all of the manic craziness, the hubbub, is good for Bobby. Ever the neuropsychologist, I actually sat and wondered afterwards, and I realized that if this bird has a limbic system, which is the emotional center of most animals, and if in that limbic system it has amygdala, which are the site of the fear response, the fight or flight response, in this case, the fight or not flight response, that chances are that they were on overdrive for this bird. And then if I imagine that this bird also has mirror neurons, I don't know if birds have mirror neurons, I know that I do, is that if it has mirror neurons, which are what pick up on other people's mood states, then the bird was picking up on my agitation, increasing frustration. None of that was working very well for the bird until I calmed myself down. So it was good for me to chill. I got to thinking, what would it be like in life if I operated much more out of a mode of empathy than I do? How would that affect interpersonal relationships, interspecies relationships? How would that affect them if I tried to imagine what the other person or the other bird is feeling or thinking? And what difference might it make for me? It absolutely required for me to shift a la Einstein, to shift from that first way of thinking to the second. It absolutely took me sitting down and just relaxing for a few minutes. I couldn't get there, I was so agitated. That's all. Thanks, little birdie, for teaching me about Einstein.